welcome Gloria Riva. She's from the National Campaign to Free the Cuban Five.
Sisters and brothers, on such an important day today for the Palestinian people, I salute everybody who's here today, because your individual action and determination to protest against the brutal repression of the Palestinian people and their denial of a homeland by the United States. It's important to stand up today for Palestine. And I think every time we meet here at UN Plaza or anywhere else in San Francisco, and every time I walk the streets of San Francisco and see how many people are homeless in the street and live under miserable, dangerous conditions of poverty, those in the street, those in the SROs, those who go hungry every day, the children who don't have sufficient education in the classrooms, the teachers, the healthcare workers who face layoff, and then we see that billions of dollars are poured into Israel to murder Palestinians and deny them their homeland, to bomb their homes, to destroy the place that they live. And then the people here are lied to about the role of Israel. It makes me say today, I salute every one of you who stands up for Palestine. If the people of the United States knew how much of their tax dollars and all their efforts for their own lives at home were going toward repression in Palestine, in Iraq, in Afghanistan, and now Pakistan, or anywhere else that the U.S. has 700 military bases, they would shut down the government's operation immediately, because the people of the U.S. are not for genocide. They just don't know enough of what's going on. And so our presence is the conscience of the people of this country. And there's another people who've always stood side by side with Palestine, and that is Cuba, revolutionary socialist Cuba. Cuba has helped in every way possible, and for as besieged as they are by U.S. blockade, there's never been a time that they have not given to Palestine in their just cause. I was in Cuba last November, and I was on a bus, and I met a young Palestinian woman from Ramallah who was studying medicine along with hundreds of other Palestinian youth for free in Cuba. And she plans to go home to help her people. That's what Cuba does. And that's exactly why there are 5 men called the Cuban Five imprisoned in the United States. Because as the U.S. was tightening its blockade and planning more terrorist attack against Cuba, which has already killed 3,400 people in the 50 years of revolution, the Cuban Five came into Miami to defend the country of Cuba against U.S.-sponsored terrorism in Miami. And I want to say, sisters and brothers, for the time that you have on Monday, June 15, please come to the rally that we're going to have at this new federal building to my left on on 7th Street between Mission and Market. We're going to have a demonstration for the Cuban Five, because Monday, June 15, the U.S. Supreme Court, that reactionary institution of lifelong appointees, is going to be deciding whether to accept the appeals of the Cuban Five, who were only defending their country against terrorism. So we ask for your support. Political prisoners have a very hard time, whether it's Mumia Abu-Jamal or Leonard Peltier and so many others in the United States, and the Cuban Five as well. We will keep fighting for their freedom until they're home in Cuba, and we will keep fighting along with you till Palestine is